What's up, my people? What's up, my homies? What's up, my friends? I'm Gnarly Vato, and these are gnarly times. Well, today I want to talk to you about my homeboy Tuna from Exeter. You know, well, I come to find his name was Tuna. Well, crazy story, right? Well, I met this guy when I was about 19 years old, maybe. But this is him right here. Whoa. You know, and this guy's from Arizona, and this other fool I used to hang with. But he went out his way and met me, and we used to cruise in his ride. He'd like, hey, because he didn't know anybody. But anyways, I met this homeboy, right? And, well, when I had got out, I was on parole for 7 years, right? And I used to do community service for the, like, 80 hours, 90 hours community service. So they would have a van from Bakersfield, Kern County, because we're on Kern County parole. But because that was the biggest place close to us. So they would just head down 65 because Bakersfield's not too far from Porterville. Excuse me. Well, the PO would come, right? He would come in a van with a porta potty in the back and shovels and trash and bins and or cans, rakes. Well, what we used to, they used to make us, those who doing community service, we used to stand in front of the Porterville College sign, and right, waiting for him to come. So I was there standing one morning. That's how I met a lot of fools there, and I'm there standing, right, and I see this fool just, cause he looked like that, oh, and he's looking around. I go, I go, hey, what's up? Are you doing the community service? And he's like, yeah. He's like, for the parole? And I was like, yeah. Well, I go introduce myself, and he tells me his name. We have the same name, so we had a kind of clicked because we're both on parole, had the same name, Well, he was from Exeter, a little town in Tulare County between Porterville and Visalia, right? And when you go to Visalia, anyways, I was born there actually. Well, in Exeter, he was supposed to, right, in Porterville, right? His mom lived there, so he paroled out there. So he didn't know anybody. So I was kind of one of the first ones that met him. So he was on this food. He didn't like bananas. He didn't like to chew gum. He didn't smoke weed. He was like meticulous on certain things. But he ended up moving to from Porterville back to Exeter, later on, and he got a job at this crazy spot right there that made hot molten lava pipes. They're gold coming out glowing, and you got to swing them around and put them in buckets. But I worked there a week. It's crazy, But he worked his way up from that all the way to like running it section. So he was kind of a determined dude, He got a parole in 2 years or 2.5 years. Gave no dirty tests, and he was off. So he worked his way up. He was doing, great in his life. Whenever I used to go to Visalia, because Visalia was the biggest shopping, like the mall or whatever you needed to do, we'd head that way. And hometown buffet, in and out back then. But we used to, head out there, and I used to tell my old lady, I said, hey, we got to stop in Exeter. I got to go see my homeboy. What I found out later his name was Tuna, and this fool's like, but anyways, I used to go see him. By then he was smoking weed, he was doing his own little thing. He was saving the money. So he was smart. Fool was smart. He used to try to, hey, like, you need to do this, try to get me right too. But, because I was always getting in trouble, going back to jail, and, well, excuse me. Well, they go, well, I'd probably see him like once a month, after he moved out of Porterville. Well, this one time, I didn't see him for a while. I didn't see him for a while. I'd go by his house and he wouldn't be there, and I was like, damn, you know. And he ended up, one of the last time I seen him, this dude comes to my house with the black Mustang, with the windows blown out. You know, he had a bunch of lottery tickets, and he was telling me this crazy story. You know, well, he was telling me about his brother. What happened to his brother? And his brother, I had met him prior to. You know, his name was Richard, and that's where I got out of YA. You know, a little after I met this for Tuna, and he was doing his own thing. You know, he ended up moving back to that way, to Exeter and Visalia. Well, anyways, we're pretty tight. 2 weeks ago by my house, you know, up in Porterville, and I lived by a police station. And it was cool, right? I used to be pretty tight with him too, because I was one of the only fools they knew, and I used to introduce them to people, you know. Well, when he came by, right? He's like, man. He started telling me about what was going on, you know. And he said his brother had got shot, you know. And I was like, what? Richard got shot? He's like, yeah. He's like, he was in a coma. He was still in a coma, right? This has been years ago, but he was in a coma at the time. Well, this fool Tuna in the he was saying he was cruising in Vice, right? With him and his Visalia, him and his brother, because he had a little brother, 17 years old, about 17 years old, and his brother Richard, right? And so he was driving, and he said he's just minding the business, right? And they just heard a pop, 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 right? And bullets started flying. His little brother ducked, like, duck, duck. His brother ducking, you know. And well, his brother Richard, like driving, because he was a big dude. He had gold rings and shit. Looked like he was ready to knock some fools out. He came from YA, got a YA at an OH, you know. But he would talk about the drug epidemic, how they're drugging all the fools there, you know. But anyways, this fool was like, he said, you know, because he was a big dude, right? And he said brother got hit right here in the elbow or something. And the bullet traveled up to his head, up and hit him in his brain, you know. But this fool was said when they're shooting, he was pushing brother back and hitting the gas. They ended up hitting had to hit a one way or went opposite on a runway, you know, and it took him to haul ass to the hospital. His brother was leaking, you know, slumped over in the seat. That's what, you know. Well, he thought his brother died, but luckily they saved him. But when they put him in ICU, right? And what's crazy part about it, he said, well, they put him in ICU, and he's there waiting, you know, kind of see what's gonna happen, what they got to do, and he said he was taking off his shirt because he had like not a Pendleton, but a button-up shirt under a black shirt, another shirt. And he said he took his shirt off, dude, and this fool, he gave it to his mom, right? And his mom, because I guess he took it off and like, here, hold this. And his mom like, and there's holes in his shirt. This fool Tuna had holes in his shirt for the bullets flying. So, you know, I think it was wrinkled, and the bullet went when he was like that, backed up. You imagine if he didn't go back like this, try to push back against the seat or how they did it. But he said, bro, that his life would have been took too, you know, if he didn't lean back. But this homeboy ended up going nuts, you know. He couldn't find out. This was some youngsters, like 15 years old, that shot his brother. You know, we're like 20 maybe. His brother was probably like 18, 19, a couple years younger than us. And, well, this fool, Tuna, went berserk, right? He he was doing crimes. He was telling me he was doing. Well, not telling me. I'm not witnessing nothing, but I'm not gonna snitch. I'm like, oh, he's snitching now. He was saying he put in work by himself out to Ivanhoe. Not even no one. He was rolling solo, bolo. He's like, no one roll. I'll do it on my own. You know what I'm saying? Because his brother got shot. So he was out there doing his own work, putting his own work in, you know? And this was like a one-man army. Nah, I don't know. But he was just, it was sad to see him come and tell me all this story, you know? Because we were tight, like butt cheeks, dude. I used to see him all the time, like, all right, bro. He would tell me, I love you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I love you too, homie, you know? Like carnalismo shit. And I didn't know him from jail. I just knew him from the outside, you know? And we just bonded just because we were both in YA together, you know, different time, but just locked, you know, under the man. Nah, but this fool ended up going crazy, and he I don't, he said when his brother got left from Risa to I think San Jose, he and then San Francisco, that wherever he went, however long he was there, he would go stay there with his brother, whether it's sleeping in the in the whole hotel, not the hotel because he didn't have money because he left his job, you know. So and he would just try to take care of his brother. He said every night he would be there massaging his brother's feet. He said because I guess if you lay too long, I guess your feet start going, you know, where you lose circulation. So he would be there every night. You know, that's how much he loves his little brother. And he said he slept under bridges. He'd find mattresses and just go to sleep and crash and just, you know, wake. He said he'd sleep anywhere. Just wake up the next day to be there for his brother. You know, and he loved him so much, it was just insane. He went insane, you know, but it was like, man, I tell him, bro, be careful, man, take care, you know. It just hurt me to see him cry and, you know, and all that. All that good he was doing just turned to violence, revenge, you know. And he I guess he didn't know how to control it, but sometimes we can't go eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, you know. That's why they have laws. They have these laws to be enforced so we don't kill each other, you know. We got to be better. We got to think before we act, you know. And it who knows, you know how it is when you're up in the gang life. You got not, you know. You don't see the bigger picture. But these are one of these stories, you know. I always missed him. I love that fool, you know. I always wondered about him. You know, I always hope the best for him, you know, and his brother. But I'm Gnarly Vato. Stay gnarly and stay out of trouble. Have a great one.